So this morning, I had a couple of buddies who asked me to go single track dirt biking. If you don't know what that is, it's basically dirt bike trails that are very, very narrow, enough for a dirt bike, along cliff edges, over boulders, and everything else. So to give you some backstory, I only bought a dirt bike about 4 months ago. I rode quads a lot, I'm really good in cars, side by sides, but dirt biking's all a new thing to me. So they say, you want to go? And I'm like, I'll try to keep up. And what you got to understand is the two guys that I went with, their garages are filled with trophies from racing. Either racing quads, racing dirt bikes, or a combination of both. So here I am, this noob who doesn't really know how to properly ride a dirt bike, trying to follow these two through single tracks on the edge of a cliff. We're hopping up and over boulders. We are dropping down 20-foot cliff face where you have that, oh crap pucker moment. You're like, and then you're fine. And so it got to a point, we kept going and I laid the bike over twice. So there's a reason why you can see both of my hands is because this one is all swelled up right here, jacked up my elbow a little bit. But I had more fun than I've had in a very long time for one reason. You see, it pushed me out of my comfort zone. One of the things I always do is do things that scare me. So honestly, 90% of this ride, I was scared. Normally I have a dirt bike and I ride around with my two boys and we putz around and we do cool little things and I love riding with them. But it's not like I'm going up a giant boulder up and over. I'm not dropping down a 20-foot boulder at an angle that's it's like way more than a 45-degree angle. I mean, it's like steep. And you basically just have this pucker moment. And we rode through sand, which I never really rode through, which is, has its own set of challenges. But guess what happened when I did that? I did two things. The first thing, I did crash. Well, that's one of the things, but that's not part of this. I got hurt a little bit, but not really. I broke a brake lever. Everything was fine. But it did two things. It pushed me to do things that scared me. And when you do things that scares you, it changes something in your brain. So when something else scares you, you'll go after it and do it instead of not doing it because you're scared. The second thing is, I went out with two guys who have trophies up the wazoo in their garages from racing. So the whole time I was asking them questions. I was asking them techniques. What did they do at this point? And then I could follow their line where we were going on the single track to learn more of what they were doing. So I went on an expert trail, that usually only people who really know what they're doing go up there. And I was able to complete it with a couple bumps and bruises because I had people who knew more than me showing me what to do and showing me the path. And that's the thing. If you just go to people who know more than you and show you the path, it makes it a lot easier. But the big thing is I did things that scared me. A lot of us were scared of things. Like I was scared when I first got on videos, doing these videos every day. Now I do a video every day and it doesn't scare me. I just sit here and stare at my phone. Same thing with dirt biking. I was not very good at dirt biking, but then my skill level probably went up 500% because I was pushing the envelope of what I was comfortable with while learning from someone who knew what they were doing. So the next time something scares you, do it. And number two, find someone who knows more than you about that and let them show you how, because it'll keep you safer, especially on a dirt bike, but it'll keep you on the path and safer, and so you have a path to follow and know what to do. So do the things that scare you, because it changes that little voice that we all have in our head that says, don't do it. And it helps us learn that we can accomplish things we don't think we can accomplish. The price of admission for me was a jacked up hand that's all swelled up because I fell and landed on my hand, and a jacked up elbow. But it was well worth the price of admission to learn those skills. So do something today that scares you and then find someone to show you how to do it, and you'll become a lot better. Have an awesome day.